What's up, captains? Now, before we dive into today's episode, I would love if you would lend me your ears and listen to a word from our amazing sponsors. Because remember, your support to my sponsors is what allows me to keep bringing you these illuminating conversations each and every week. Keep in mind, I only accept sponsors who I personally use and support, and I will never promote anything to you that does not meet the captain's lifestyle standards, which are extremely fucking high. With all that being said, let's kick it right off with LAMS. So LAMS is basically wearable antioxidants. How is that possible, Taylor? Well, it's possible because LAMS clothing are made out of silver fibers that block up to 99% of EMFs. What are EMFs? EMFs are electromagnetic fields that cause oxidative stress in the body. And EMFs are emitted from all electronic devices. So your cell phone, your computer, laptop, things like that. 5G towers, especially, are now popping up everywhere. And LAMS protect you from up to 99% of the harmful damages, which some things that you'll notice almost instantaneously if exposed to high levels of EMFs are things like headaches, irritability, fatigue, brain fog, trouble sleeping, inflammation, stuff that most of us struggle with, right? So by reducing our oxidative stress, we reduce all of those symptoms. And to get the hookup on anything from LAMS, you could head over to getlams.com, enter code Captain Morgan. That will save you 10% off of the healthiest clothes that you'll ever wear. It's like wearing blueberries. And bonus, for each purchase, they also donate 5 meals to Feeding America. That's a freaking win-win if I've ever heard of one. So not only can you wear blueberries, but you may actually be giving blueberries to somebody else. So wear your antioxidants, give antioxidants to somebody else, support LAMS, head over to getlams.com, enter code Captain Morgan. That will save you 10%. Next up, this episode is brought to you by Ketone IQ from HVMN. Ketone IQ is an amazing little supplement that I have been hooked on for 2 reasons. One, mental clarity. I take 1 serving in the morning when I'm fasted before I start my work, and it's amazing to give you that mental boost, especially first thing in the morning when you're in an overnight fasted state. It really just supercharges everything. And second, and this is the most exciting thing that I've found from taking Ketone IQ, is the amount of physical endurance that I have. So I use it as a pre-workout. I take 2 shots in the morning when I'm still fasted. Usually I work out fasted in the mornings. I take 2 shots and it's incredible. Like I said, the amount of physical endurance is unparalleled. I really haven't felt that level of endurance or stamina with any other supplement that I've taken. So I am very excited to continue using Ketone IQ. I've just started experimenting with it before bed because I just recently interviewed one of the scientists who works for Ketone IQ, Dr. Lat Manser, and he mentioned that it may help with sleep. So I've been starting to take it before bed as well, and I will keep you guys posted on those results. But anyways, to get the hookup on Ketone IQ, to try this out, this little rocket fuel in a bottle for yourself, head over to hvmn.com or click the link in the show notes and enter code Captain Morgan 10. That will save you 10% on the world's best exogenous ketones. There are other liquid ketone supplements out there, but they all taste like shit. And you may think that this tastes like shit, but that probably means you haven't tried the other ketone supplements out there because they are god awful. I had a chance to try some at the Metabolic Health Summit down in Santa Barbara, and gosh, Ketone IQ blows all the other ones out of the water. It's, but yeah, Ketone IQ, get the hookup, hvmn.com, use code Captain Morgan 10 and supercharge your brain and your body. With all that being said, let's dive into today's episode. What's up, captains? On today's episode, I would like to read to you a caption on one of my latest Instagram posts that blew up. So it is pinned in my Instagram profile if you would like to go see it for yourself. I guess that depends on when you listen to this episode because I might unpin it. But for now, it's pinned up. So here is the caption of the post. Are you conquering your world, or is your world conquering you? Do you wake up excited and energized, ready to take on a productive day of making a positive impact? Or are you settling for a safe and secure job with benefits just because it pays the bills? Do you turn yourself on when you look at yourself in the mirror from all the effort you've put into sculpting your masculine physique? Or do you avoid eye contact with yourself because you can't stand to see your pale, soft, and flabby body? Do you know you're on the path to excellence, optimizing your masculine energy and giving your gifts to the world and your woman, leaving them fully satisfied? Or are you living a mediocre lifestyle of the average modern man, not worthy of recognition, while the world and your woman beg more of you? Enough. Become the captain of your own life and conquer your world as a man should. And then it goes on to, say, click the link in my bio to join the Captain's Lifestyle Crew and list all the benefits, which I will get into later on in this podcast. But the Captain's Lifestyle Crew is my private online men's community. And the reason I made that post is because it's extremely relevant. And men and the world need to understand the state of modern masculinity, because honestly, it's a disgrace. Speaking in general, and I do believe that this applies to the majority of men today, that they're not masculine, that they are more feminine than they are masculine, and they are pale, weak, and soft. So what do I mean by that? Pale, lack of sunlight to the skin, which is a very clear indicator of a vitamin D deficiency. So their immune system is suffering. Their testosterone is low. They are less attractive because, let's be honest, being tan does make you more attractive, which increases confidence, which increases performance. There's a whole lot of other benefits from the sun too. I'm not going to go into all of them, but being tan is a good sign of health. Again, in general, yes, you can get a spray tan or a fake tan, which of course are not as good for you, but I'm talking about a natural sun-kissed tan. So most modern men are pale. They're also weak and have low muscle mass, and they have flabby bodies. Most men today are overweight. They're eating processed crap, Franken foods. It's not real food. It's all processed garbage that these companies hire experts literally to make the foods more hyper palatable, to make you consuming more of them, to make you addicted to binging on the bag of chips or the cakes or the cookies or the pastas or whatever it is. And even we can talk about so-called health foods like granola bars, for example, that are sprayed with glyphosate and that use crappy seed oils that cause massive amounts of inflammation and brain fog. And then there's this whole idea around, cardio for fat loss, which is ridiculous. You want to lift heavy weights if you want to lose fat. Chronic cardio can actually make it more difficult to lose fat. And then they're soft. They get pushed around. They allow other people to control them. Not that being controlled is necessarily a bad thing. If you're being controlled, and I put this in air quotes if you're only listening to this episode, being quote unquote controlled is not necessarily a bad thing if you're being led properly. Then it's not like you're being controlled. You are following a quality leader. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is men who, like I said in that post, who settle for a job that they don't like, for a paycheck because it's safe and secure and they get benefits. What benefits are you getting? The benefit of unhappiness, the benefit of Sunday scaries, dreading waking up on Monday morning to go to work, to a job that you don't like, to get stressed out, to sit under fluorescent lights for 8 hours a day. Is that the benefits that you're looking for? Is that worth it? What's more important than your happiness? We've gotten complacent as men. We've gotten too comfortable because we've gone through a period of good times. So I'm sure you've heard me say this quote on podcasts before. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times. We are now living in hard times with weak men. And that is one of the major reasons why I continue to do what I do and why I created the Captain's Lifestyle Crew, to create stronger men, to create good times. Because now, as I'm sure you can agree, we are in hard times. The political situation is a fucking joke. As Gary Vee mentioned in our podcast together, everything is so red and blue when it comes to politics. We're not going to get anything done that way. And I believe that that is in large part due to poor masculinity, to men being driven by their egos, men being afraid to take ownership and admit that they were wrong when they were wrong. Instead, they just keep solidifying their argument, even though they may know that it's wrong, but they don't want to admit that they were wrong, or they don't want to admit that there could be another possibility. They don't want to admit that the left or the right may have a better idea to move us forward. It's all competition. There's no collaboration. So Gary Vee made that point about red versus blue. He said, we have to come together to form purple. We now interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you more cool shit from our sponsors. So next up, this episode is brought to you by Aries. And if you're like me and you go to the gym and you go to the store and you travel on airplanes and you go to big cities with 5G towers, you are surrounded by EMFs. This is now just a fact of life, right? Unless you live out in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone signal or Wi-Fi, which some people do. But if you're listening to this podcast right now, you surely don't. That means that you're being bombarded by EMFs and you can't necessarily control that wherever you go, right? You can control it in your home to an extent. If you turn off the Wi-Fi router, you can keep your phone on airplane mode, but you're still getting some residual EMFs. That is why I wear Aries devices. So they make a whole host of devices. This one I've got around my neck right here is their personal. I've got the one that's actually called a device on my phone, this little sticker that you can place on anything. I've got one on my computer right here. They make bigger ones that are good for the entire room. And how this works is it actually draws in some of the chaotic energy from the EMFs and it modulates it so it becomes less harmful to the human body. So this isn't actually blocking any of the EMFs, but it makes it so it's less harmful to you. This is super cool. They actually just came out with a video. They had people take a phone call without the Aries device and then with the Aries device while they were hooked up to an EEG, which measures their brain waves. And what they found was incredible. The first call with no Aries device lit up the brain. It was all red. You can see it in the video. Then the second call with the Aries device was better than their baseline, which is just incredible. So if you are like me and like most modern people, if you're listening to this podcast, you're surrounded by EMFs, at least protect yourself. And it's super simple. All you got to do is either stick the little device on your phone or wear it around your neck. They make ones that you can put in your wallet. They make ones that you can just place somewhere in the room and you're protected. It's incredible. And Aries is offering you guys an exclusive discount for listening to the Captain's Lifestyle podcast. If you head over to ariestech.com and enter the code Captain Morgan, that will save you 25% on these EMF modulating devices. Head over to the website to check out more information and get your exclusive discount. Next up, this episode is also brought to you by WaveBlock. So WaveBlock is this EMF blocking sticker that I've got on the back of my phone. And what's cool about them is they actually block some of the EMF that's being emitted from your phone from actually contacting your skin and messing you all up with oxidative stress, right? So if you're like me and you take your phone to the gym, which I do sometimes, and if you're like those people who take their phone into the saunas, which I do sometimes, if you're like those people who keep their phone in their pocket or their fanny pack, which I do, at least protect yourself with a WaveBlock sticker. And also keep your phone on airplane mode. Because not only does keeping your phone on airplane mode significantly reduce some of the EMFs because you're not getting the cell phone signal or the Wi-Fi signal, but if you have the WaveBlock sticker on the back of that too, that's just double whammy. So I keep my phone in my pocket now or my fanny pack, the backside facing me. So the EMF is blocked from contacting my body. It's super cool. And I actually measured it with my EMF meter because I was skeptical, like how much does this little sticker actually block the EMFs? Turns out it does significantly, or else I wouldn't be promoting it to you guys. And WaveBlock also makes stickers for AirPods. So instead of getting that Bluetooth directly into your earballs, then you can wrap the WaveBlock sticker around and you're protected. Simple as that. So again, they are giving an exclusive discount to listeners of the Captain's Lifestyle podcast. All you got to do is head over to waveblock.com, enter code Captain Morgan. That will save you 20% on these EMF blocking stickers. All right, now let's get back into today's episode. I could go longer into the pale, weak, and soft that men today have come to embody. And instead, I will go into talking about how the Captain's Lifestyle crew can pull men out of that. Because I'm sure I don't need to explain to you the situation that many Americans find ourselves in, whether that's feeling like you don't have enough money, feeling like you don't have enough time, feeling like you're too stressed out, feeling like you're overwhelmed, like you're not fulfilled in your life, feeling like there's something more to this thing that we call life, wondering why you're not fulfilled. And that's what the Captain's Lifestyle crew is for. You may have heard, if you follow this podcast and follow me on social media, that I recently launched the first group of the Captain's Lifestyle program, which has been wildly successful so far. I've got 13 committed captains who signed up and who committed to this voyage of self-improvement, not only for themselves, but for their families as well, and for the greater good of humanity. Because once we improve ourselves, everybody around us improves. And I've mentioned this before, that is my favorite part of coaching, is that not the benefits that I get from my clients. That's a given. The coolest thing about coaching for me is to see the impact that I've had on my clients. And then the client then spreads that health, happiness, and productivity to the people around them. So their family starts to adopt healthier lifestyle habits. Their employees start to notice the more enthusiasm and excitement that their boss has. Their kids start to enjoy more quality time with their father. And it's just this positive ripple effect of fucking awesomeness. And so while I am not taking on any new clients for the rest of this year, the next group of the Captain's Lifestyle program will launch in January of 2023. However, you still have the option to join the Captain's Lifestyle crew, which is what I wanted to talk to you about today, and how this will help. The Captain's Lifestyle crew is my private online men's community, and it's a fucking fantastic group of guys. It's not just individuals in the crew. They are all captains. They are all crew members who support each other and who hold each other accountable to what we say we're going to do. Because as men, doing what you say you're going to do, being a man of your word, aka having integrity, is one of the most important hallmarks of being a man, doing what you say you're going to do. So if you've been saying that you have been wanting to lose weight or go to the gym or spend more time with your kids and you haven't done it, actions reveal commitment. So I've been on a bunch of client calls when I was interviewing people to accept into the Captain's Lifestyle program. And on their initial assessment, they would rank that their personal health and happiness is more important than their work. And they would also rank that their family, quality time with their family, is more important than their work. Yet they all come to me with the same issue, time management, because they want to spend more time with themselves and with their family. Yet you ranked personal health and happiness and family time more important than anything else. Going back to what I said before, actions reveal commitment. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter if you say family is a priority. It doesn't matter if you say your own personal health and happiness is a priority. If you're spending more time on your business or your job than you are your health and with your family, it's clear what you value more. So if you say you want to spend more time with your family, if you say you want to get healthier and you're not doing it, you're living out of integrity as a man. And that's what the Captain's Lifestyle crew is changing. In fact, one of the crew members who I actually just hired to work with me as a content creator quit his job because he wasn't fulfilled. That's a motherfucking captain right there. So anyways, what the Captain's Lifestyle crew can provide you, aside from what I've been mentioning, is this supportive crew of like-minded, high-achieving men. That in and of itself is a fucking huge game changer. Having other strong men hold you accountable to what you say you're going to do and who support you through the challenging times, because I understand it is challenging. I've been through challenging times myself. I will continue to go through challenging times, and that's okay because I've developed my mindset and I have a crew of fucking awesome captains who are there to hold me accountable and to support me. So that in and of itself is worth the investment, which, by the way, it's only $47 a month. And wait till you hear what else you get. We hop on a weekly group coaching and accountability call. So every single week, we talk with the other members of the Captain's Lifestyle crew. We talk about our struggles for that week, any challenges that we're facing, and we can either get support or suggestions from the other crew members to help us. And then we talk about our big wins or breakthroughs for that week, because as men, it is very important to celebrate our wins. I have been guilty of this myself. As men, a lot of times we think that, we're just supposed to succeed and we're just supposed to do everything right and have all the right answers. And that's of course not how it goes. And then we beat ourselves up when one little thing goes wrong. And when somebody gives us a compliment, we say, oh yeah, but did you see this fucked up thing that's wrong over here? We always focus on the negatives. And as men, we need to take more time to celebrate our wins and to give ourselves self-love and self-compassion. And that's what we're doing in the crew on these calls. They're also coaching calls. So if you have any questions about anything, health, productivity, masculine energy, biohacking, we discuss that on the calls too. We also host monthly high performance masterminds, usually with guest speakers whom I've had on the podcast. So it's an hour of high performance knowledge from experts in their field. I've had on Pat Smith, who is my former client and who went to the Dr. Joe Dispenza Advanced Week-Long Meditation Retreat with me. And he since has been or is currently going through a certification process through Dr. Joe Dispenza on how to change your mind and meditation and visualization and the power of attraction. And he's already given a mastermind to the crew, and he will give one again once he gets certified. I've had on Anthony Miranda, who served in the Marine Corps with me, and he's been on the podcast multiple times, and he talked about what it is to be a modern man and what masculinity actually is. So yeah, anyways, the masterminds are phenomenal. You also get access to a high performance knowledge database that I update frequently in a whole bunch of different categories like mindset, sleep, nutrition, recovery, biohacking, stress, time management, you name it. So a bunch of knowledge in there. You also, this is a big perk, you also get first access and exclusive discounts on future programs. So the next Captain's Lifestyle program next year, you'll get an exclusive discount on that, as well as in-person events, which the next one is being planned for September. So if you're a crew member, you automatically get a discount on these in-person events and programs. It's as much fucking value as I could provide for the lowest possible investment. It's only $47 a month, and you get high-level accountability and high-level coaching from high-performing men. If that didn't convince you to join the crew, I don't know. I don't know, man. But we need it. Men, we fucking need this. It's time. No more settling for average. No more living your mediocre life. It is time to commit to excellence. It's time to commit to yourself. It's time to commit to your future. It's time to give the world your gifts as a man, because you've got so much more to give, and you're sacrificing your potential by not maximizing your health, productivity, and masculine energy. And that's what we do in the Captain's Lifestyle crew. And we would love to support you on your journey as well. So click the link in the description of this podcast. That will take you to the checkout page for the Captain's Lifestyle crew. Again, it is $47 a month. And you can see some testimonials on there from some crew members. Click the link, sign up, man. The crew is waiting for you. It's time. Until next time, don't forget, live the Captain's Lifestyle. Peace.